What's happening, Tech Timers? This is Andre of Andre's Tech Time and Product Reviews, where I review cool tech and everyday products that will make your lives just a little bit easier. And today, I'm coming to you live with no jive as I review the latest and greatest smartwatch from Umidigi. It's the UWatch 5, and that's no jive. Can you dig it? Okay, Tech Timers, so before I get down to the nitty gritty, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell all below. And please share if you care. Today is a good day. This is the brand new Umidigi UWatch 5. And we're going to see what this is all about. No doubt. There's the box, Umidigi UWatch 5. There's the bottom of the box. Let's get down to getting this open. Just zoom in a little bit. And we will need the Tech Time tool being called into action. Yowza! One more time. Yowza! Good job as always, Tech Time tool. Let's go ahead and get this out of the box. Nice looking box. This is a new style box. Look at that watch. You're gonna love this. Let's just put that off to the side right there for a moment. Get everything out of the box. We've got the instruction manual. Groovy like a Hollywood movie. There is a new and improved, updated charger, and that's a USB-A proprietary, but here is the watch, and man, this looks gorgeous. The band feels good. Get a close look at it. Let's get this off. Look at the size of that screen, and we're going to cover all of that and see if there's some juice in it. I'm sure there is. But in any event, whether it turns on or not at this point, I'm going to go ahead and let this charge for several hours like I would with any product that needs to be charged. And y'all know what's next. The specs. Okay, Tech Timers, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Umidigi UWatch 5 specs. We will start off with the display. It's 1.7 inches. It's color TFT LCD touchscreen with tempered glass. The resolution is 240 by 280. The battery is 400 milliamps per hour, 10 days daily use, 40 days standby, 2.5 hours charging time. With the navigation, GPS, GLONASS, and Beidou. Sensors, it has 9 axis sensors, and you can check those out right here, 3, 3, and 3. It has a PPG heart rate sensor and a relative blood oxygen level sensor. The water resistance rating is 5 ATM or 50 meters. Wireless is Bluetooth 5.0. The dimensions, 45.5 millimeters by 13.4 millimeters. It weighs 29 grams without the strap, and it's made out of the following materials: aircraft grade aluminum with the silicone strap, which is 22 millimeters, and it requires Android 5 or iOS 10 or above. It comes in the following colors: space gray, titanium gray, rose gold. And it features 19 sport modes and various other features, which we will cover when we take a close look at the watch. Now, let's go ahead and get down to the get down. Okay, Tech Timers, so here's a Umidigi UWatch 5. You're going to fall in love with this screen. It's 1.7 inches, and it's just crisp. So, you know, I always try to keep everything, 100% real with all of you. So I've had this watch now actually for a few months. And the previous segments were recorded way back when. I banged it up a little bit. It's a sports watch, so that's what's going to happen. Very comfortable to wear. There are the sensors right there, and on the ends you have for your charging. Speaking of charging, now this is magnetic, so of course it has to be oriented just right. There you go. And in case y'all didn't hear that, it does buzz and vibrate when the charger is connected. So, and you can see, it holds it pretty well. So that button is for turning on the watch face, power, etc. It's also enter in the back button. This button is customizable. So what I'm going to do, scroll down from the top. Okay. And we're going to have battery power, connection status to the phone right there, date, this is the brightness level, and there's 3 different levels. I keep it on the first level, this is second, and that's third. First level, trust me, is more than enough. That moon is going to be notifications, I believe that's notifications turned off. That's silent mode is on. I don't care about that. And you probably noticed that it does turn off pretty quickly. So if you wanted to keep it on just a little bit longer, go ahead and press that, this one right here, and it will stay on for 20 minutes, the screen. But I don't care about that. So it's been disabled. This is the find the phone feature. So if this were connected to my phone and I went like that, it would, ring the phone would be vibrating, etc., etc., etc. No biggie. I don't use it, so let me get out of it. And let me just make sure it's unconnected, which is good. And like I said, it's been a few days since I worn it, so there's no information in it, no recent information. Alarm clock, settings. You go into settings, you have your display, style, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 watch faces. That's the one I like to keep it on right there. You've got your brightness levels. We already saw that. Sleep, showtime, and so showtime just, I don't know exactly what it does. I've never actually used it, but you can choose different increments. Let's go back. And display time, distance. So you can set it for miles and kilometers. I'm in the US, so I have it on miles. Temperatures, Fahrenheit, Celsius. I'm trying to look over my tripod and not get too much glare in the screen here. Okay, so we'll go back and we have GPS. I keep it on the highest setting for the GPS because I want it to be accurate and I want it to connect as quickly as possible. The highest setting will drain the battery, quicker than if you had it on the normal setting, but it still lasts a very long time. So let's go back into settings, and you probably noticed that when I hit the back button, it pretty much just goes back to the, to the watch face. Something I wish that they would work on. But you can see, display, time, distance, temperature, GPS, workout settings, vibration. Key would be to set that button. Remember, customizable. And then you have reminders, you have system, and about. So system, restart, shutdown, binding would be for syncing purposes. And then you've got the restore if you want to reset it to the restore it to the factory settings. So that's everything in there. If I scroll up, if this were connected to my phone and I had some messages, that's where it would show up. But I don't have anything there. Hit the back button. I will scroll to the left. I've got my heart rate monitor. This would be for the blood oxygen level. Let me get out of that, because once it starts, it's just going to keep going. So scroll across, and this one is for, let's see. And I think that is just to measure, some other type of measurement. And actually, I think that was the same. But in any event, let's go here again. And sleep data, nothing there because I haven't worn it. Some more information. And music controls. This does not store music, but you can control your music player on your phone from the watch. So let's get out of that. And I think that was it. And like any Umidigi watch, okay, there will be the step counter, calories burned, etc. Like any Umidigi watch, it's just an endless loop. If I go in the other direction, it's going to show those same screens all the way back to the watch face. So let's hit the top button, and that's going to take me to all of the apps. So I have the exercise app, and then I could choose from outdoor run, outdoor walk, outdoor cycle, indoor run, indoor walk, indoor cycle, pool swim, open water, hiking, climb, that says rower, and badminton, elliptical, football, basketball, tennis, yoga, dance, and train. So you see there's quite a selection here for your, athletic purposes. This would be a record. Now, when I'm at work, I take a lot of walks, during breaks and what have you. So this is just, keeping records of everything that I do. And I'm going to go back in there. Let's see what this one is. This one, of course, is that step counter again. And heart rate monitor, sleep. There's some redundancy. This one is Serene, a breathing app. And if I go here, okay, so there's the camera to control the camera. There's to control the music. A whole bunch of apps going on here. This is for the compass. You just put on your wrist and wave it around in that motion there, that infinity loop. And let's do this. Hit that button again. And before we go into settings, there's a flashlight. And it's kind of like a soft white light, but it's actually very bright with these lights going. That's a little difficult to tell. But if you want to get out of the flashlight, of course, you just hit back. And now let's go into settings. In the settings, we've got display, time, distance. So once again, kilometers, miles, etc. And so there are two different ways of getting into the settings, either from this button or from right there. So some nice redundancy. If I go here, and let's see, where is it? I went in here, settings, and key. You see where it says key right there. That would allow me to choose what I want this button to open when I press it. So I can choose from a long list here. You can see, you've got, settings, flashlight, shutter, that's for the camera, women's health, period, compass. You just can choose from so much here. And I think that's pretty cool. So what I did, because I try to get in 15 to 20,000 steps every single day. So obviously the most used app is for walking. So instead of, going through the exercise apps, what I do, sorry about the glare, I hit that bottom button and you can see it says outdoor walk, and there's a little dot right there, and that would indicate which app I have chosen for this button. So if I hit that, then you can see there's a time, GPS, signal strength, heart rate monitor, and positioning. It connects very, very quickly when I'm outside, but because I'm in my office and surrounded by, a bunch of computers and what have you, and, some other electrical stuff, it's interfering with the signal, but that's not a problem. If I did that, you can see it just starts right up. It hasn't connected to the GPS yet, but you can see what happens when it's going. And if I wanted to pause it, I would just hit that button. I've got stop and I've got resume. So I'm going to stop. Are you sure you want? Are you sure? Are you sure to end? Okay, that's funny. And I can say no, but I'll say yes, I'm done. And of course, that will be saved in my walking information. But of course, there was nothing there. So those are, as you can see, this watch does have a lot going for it. Really has a lot of features, some great stuff, really great stuff. I think so far this is the most extensive watch that Umidigi has put out. Well, there is one after that, hint, hint, hint. But what we'll need to do now is check the accuracy of the GPS. So what I'm going to do is in the morning, I'm going to go for a bike ride and see how it compares to the Samsung Active Watch 2, because this seems to be very accurate. So I will do that and then resume this video. We'll take a look and see just how accurate the GPS is. So let me get a move on, let me get a groove on, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, Tech Timers. So this morning I did get a very short ride. I was hoping to be out there longer, but it was kind of breezy, so there was some dust flying around, and with the allergies going, I wasn't having any of it. So anyway, let's take a look and see what we've got. Let me zoom in just a little bit. So the application that is used with this watch is Oye Fit or Oye Fit. I'm going to say Oye because I'm from New York. Anyway, when the app comes up, it shows you steps and calories and what have you, distance. There's a plus sign right here. That plus sign is used to add a watch. If I go back or add the scale, body scale, fat scale. If I click on that little minus right there, it's wanting to know if I want to allow this to take pictures and record video. So I'm going to deny that. And core fundamental are based on these permissions. Okay, whatever. Cancel. Okay, so this is the most important piece of the puzzle for me. Right here is GPS tracking. And actually, I think it did very well. It compared very well to my Samsung. I was very happy about that. Unfortunately, I think after I went through the watch last night, I must have reset it for kilometers because that's showing 4.36 kilometers. Once I discovered that, I did go back into the watch and put it on miles. So next time I use it, it will say miles, but it's 4.36 kilometers. That's 2.71 miles. Like I said, I wasn't out there very long at all. So I hit that. It's going to show there's my bike ride right there. There's a whole bunch of walks in here, but let's just go back. Here it is. bike ride. Let me do that. And what it's doing right now is it's actually drawing the short route that I took. It's showing duration, average pace, and calories. I like this. I think this is pretty cool. This last icon makes the screen very dark. Now, it may still look a little bright to you, but it's actually very dark. That, I think, has to do with the GPS. It just increased it a little bit, doesn't do anything else. If I hit this play button, you'll see my route redrawn again. Third icon's not doing anything. I think it has to do more with the features of the watch than the application, but who knows, right? This one is pace, so it's giving me that pace information again. This one was, let's see, charts, and it's going to show my heart rate information and some more pertinent information. And the last one was details, and once again, it's just giving us information that we already saw. So if I get out of that, go back to the home screen or the health screen. Let's see, heart rate, there it is. Blood oxygen, there it is. Information. However, this is kind of weird. Sleep gives you sleep, heart rate, and your blood oxygen level. So don't know why it's like that, but I'm not complaining. Exercise, this is pretty cool. If I don't have the watch with me, I can just hit start, and then it's going to start. Like, let's say if I go on a walk, I can use this to record my steps and my route and everything. So that's pretty cool. Let's go to devices. And it may be pretty dark. You may not be able to see that, but let me just brighten it then. And UWatch 5. So if I go to me, to give some health data, steps, distance, calories, heart rate, sleep, blood oxygen, VO2 max, sports statistics. Once again, that same screen. And it seems like there's a lot of redundancy built into this app. Health report. Let's see what's in there. Let's see what that says. Okay. I don't think there's any real information in here, but it will give you some information if you use it regularly, which I don't. And if you click on help, it will take you to the help website. But it's so bright. Okay, there it is. You can see all those icons. And then you can get some answers to some frequently asked questions. Just get out of that. And then, of course, about tells you about the app, user agreement, privacy policy, check for updates. I know there's an update, and there it is, but I haven't done it yet. So let's get out of this. And so that's pretty much the app in a nutshell, as they say. It's a good, solid app. I think it has, some useful information. Is it the best app? No, it's pretty generic, but it's not bad. I've seen some other Umidigi watches have apps that I think pale in comparison to this one. So, like I said, not the best, but very useful. So that takes care of that. But once again, the most important thing for me was making sure that this watch tracked as well as my Samsung, and it seems to have done that. So now that we've seen the watch in action and the app in action, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Okay, Tech Timers, so what did we learn today? We learned that the Umidigi UWatch 5 is a great little full-featured watch. And I don't know if I should call this little because that's a 1.7-inch screen. And just to give you all some reference, here's a previous model Umidigi. I'm not sure which model this is. I'd have to look it up. But you can see, I mean, there's a huge size difference. I don't recall the size of this, maybe 1.2. This is 1.7. And very crisp, clear screen, a lot of applications, customizable. Just a very well thought out and very well put together watch. For 40 bucks, I'm telling you, you are not going to go wrong. And actually, there's a model that came out after this, and I may have to check on that one. I believe it's the same size, but it has other features. So I'll see what's going on with that, but y'all know what time it is. It's time for Andre's Tech Time and Product Reviews rating system. If I like the product, right on. If I really like it, groovy, man. If I don't like it, right off. And if I really don't like it, it's going to be a jive turkey. Well, because this watch has so many features, I think it performs very well. And especially at this price, I'm going to give this a groovy, man. I am really happy with this watch. I don't wear it every day because I have a ton of watches. The only watch I wear every single day is my Samsung. So I kind of trade off on watches, every few days or whatever. Like let's say when this runs out of battery, while it's charging, I'll grab another watch. But in any event, that concludes my review of the Umidigi UWatch 5. I want to thank y'all for hanging out here with me on Andre's Tech Time and Product Reviews. Now keep in mind that with all of the products I review, the opinions are my own. I don't get paid to do this, and I purchase all of the products with my own money. Nuff said. Keep on trucking, and I will catch you on the flip side in my next video. Now, can you dig that?